Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jim Morris. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and musician. I'm sharing the healing power of music. And today we are returning to our modern day bard known as Ren. If you have never heard of Ren, you're in for a treat. If you've watched any of my other reactions to Ren, this reaction, which is Money Game, the first installment in the three-part series, is something that I've been wanting to share with you guys for quite a while. I have been recording several videos of Ren that I have been waiting on decisions about from YouTube that I've had to dispute because the videos have been blocked. And I just want to give you guys a heads up that I don't know when a decision is going to be made on those. They have up to 30 days to respond. And unfortunately, my experience is usually when a video is blocked, if it eventually gets released, it takes the full 30 days. I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that that's not going to be the case here, that it'll be approved and that I can share it with you guys sooner rather than later. Regardless, I just wanted you to know that if you don't see what you're looking for, whether it's with Ren or anybody else, check the playlist on the channel here. If the video or the song is not on the playlist for the artist, I would advise you to check Patreon, because if the decision was that they're going to continue to enforce the block and decline my dispute, you'll still be able to see it on Patreon. So just wanted you guys to know about that. And thank you, patrons, by the way, for your support and for making it possible to continue to share content and to be able to share the healing power of music with the world, because people from all over, countries that I would never have imagined, have been sending me messages, contacting me about how they have benefited from the channel. And so thank you guys, because you're certainly as big a part of that as I am. All right, Money Game 1 with Ren. Money, 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 money. Man, I've been waiting for this one. You see a rope in a Ren video?
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie theory, stripe, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A ball chained to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns.
So I love that the series of the Money Game songs that Ren has done, all three of them have this theme. Now, Money Game 2 has not been released on the channel yet, but it'll be out hopefully sooner rather than later. Money Game 1 that we have here, we've got the same theme with the sack on the head. And I talked about that in Money Game 3, where I asked the question at the beginning of that reaction, hey, who do you guys think that that is in with the sack on their head, who's sitting there in front of the piano? And many folks took that literally, apparently, because I was pointing out that it was Ren's alter ego. And some folks didn't get it and were actually, saying, no, it's so-and-so, the actual person, flesh and blood. Not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about symbolically and what we can glean from the art form. And so Ren, who is standing here over this dude or dudette playing the guitar, and I know it's a dude, Ren's not literally playing the guitar right now, but he's playing the guitar right now. The Ren that you're looking at here, who is eerily standing over the guitar player, is not fulfilling the role of Ren in the video. He's already identified himself. And if you missed it, go back, take another listen. Won't take but a moment, because I'm trying to help people to start exploring not only Ren, but music in a way that will help them to be able to learn more as they come across other experiences. And so that's never going to happen if someone is always doing that for you. And it's an opportunity for us to learn and to grow together here. So I'm saying that the Ren that you're looking at right now on the screen ain't Ren. He's playing the role of somebody else. Ren's playing the guitar right now. If you don't agree, that's okay. I forgive you. You can still be loved, and I love you. Greed. People crying out for validation. And if there's one word that really captures the summation of what's at the heart of this, is people needing to be validated. And I'll explain more about that in a moment.
But money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our
Love
way.
that voice.
And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game.
Is anyone else affected the way that I am when he starts singing like that? It is so soothing and so connecting. It's just, it literally places a mirror, like he was singing about, in front of me to be able to see myself in a different way. And I just love that. It's something that you can't buy on a shelf. You can only experience through art form like this, and through a creator with a capital C. And for those of you that have watched some of my other videos on Ren, you know what I'm talking about. Because not all creators can do that. And I'm just in awe that Ren can turn that on in an instant and be able to share it in a way that is still authentic. It's not like he's performing or pretending. It's just, I'm going to show you another part of me. Because the depth that is being shared with us is manifesting in a lot of different ways here. And to catch all of them in one viewing is not my goal, because that's not realistic, but I'm certainly going to try and catch as many of them as possible. And then, of course, rely on you guys to help build a healthy completion, to the reaction in the comments. As I started to allude to earlier about validation, what's going on there with validation? Well, let me tell you, and we're going to get back into this. And yeah, I'm hoping that me pausing more is going to help prevent these blocks that I keep struggling with. So the problem with validation is that it stems from greed. And what I'm talking about is how society prioritizes wealth and material possessions above ethics and authentic relationships with other people. And that is well documented across humanity, not just a particular society. So it's a human condition, it's a human problem, which is why Ren is telling us that we need to hold up the mirror so that we can recognize what we're doing to contribute to the problem, because that's where the solution lies. The solution doesn't lie in blame. The solution lies in recognizing the source of the pain, which is something that he's already addressed in the very beginning of the song. So we see people who are crying out as a result of that pain. And how are they crying out? Well, as a kid, they're crying out as, "Hey, look at me. Hey, Mom, look at me." When they become adults, "Hey, did you see my new car? Man, I bet that I would impress some folks if I wore that suit, or if I wore that dress, or if I drove that motorcycle, or if I had this boat, or if I was a member of that country club, or if I had a Rolex instead of a Timex, or if I played a Gibson instead of..." It's never ending. This greed is insatiable, and it is at the heart of the problem. And I'm sure that Ren's going to expound on that a little bit more here in just a moment.
Stop.
Oh, man. Oh, no.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is going to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth. That's my right to hate. That's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered the murder that savages colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants, when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants.
Yes. Regardless of what your personal political affiliations may be, which, by the way, if you start commenting about in the comments, I'm going to delete them. I'm just letting you know up front. So don't go there. This is not the place. This is the place for the healing power of music, and I'm going to protect the integrity of the channel. So I'm just letting you know without apology. That's the way it is. Power and control is what Ren is talking about here. And he's making it clear that there is obviously a significant issue when it comes to the dynamics that are involved with the acquisition and distribution of wealth and of money. And it's not just, again, a problem in a particular society, it's in all societies. In the way that governments are run, and the way that systems are established. Now, this isn't something new. It's been going on forever and a day. You know, Freud talked about it, which wasn't that long ago. But he said that people use resources in order to maintain positions of superiority. And it's like, well, no kidding. Well, what do you do with that information? What do you do with that knowledge? Is it just knowledge level? Or do you really comprehend it? Because that's not the same thing. If you comprehend it, how are you applying it in order to do something about it? Ren just talked about hypocrisy. And so I think it's important for us to not feel like we're guilty in the sense of, being shamed, but awakening to the fact that if we keep pointing the finger and blaming somebody or something else, we're not going to be doing anything but perpetuating the problem. And hypocrisy is not part of the solution. And so I really appreciate that about Ren. And he doesn't care whose feet he steps on or who he offends. If it's truth, then speak it. And trust that it will land where it needs to land. And how people respond will be up to them. You can't do anything about that. Except speak the truth and live the truth. Don't live in hypocrisy. And that's what I hear him sharing with us today.
America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome. And also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat. The same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right. In the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins. But we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Yeah, and this is touching on identity and how important identity is and how it connects to self-worth. Because your net worth is not your self-worth. There is no correlation to how much money you have in the bank with the value of the experience that you have in life. And if people could just get that, the difference that it would make, so many people, and it's all these different ages, people who are younger and younger are experiencing what we would have traditionally referred to as an identity crisis that someone in middle age would often be stereotyped with. And today, it's, hey, if you're in your 20s, chances are you could certainly have this going on. And part of that reason is because of the money game that more and more and more people are unfortunately playing. Social validation. Look at me. Look at me. I'm scared for this poor guy with the sack on the head, man. It's just the whole video. Oh! And he's humming like he's soothing him to sleep. Oh my goodness.
This old money game.
Let he who has eyes see. Oh no. It just keeps getting worse. Oh, it's just tragic. Come on now. Making me wait, building up the tension. Oh, no. No, say it ain't so. Okay. Hold on just a second. This has got to be one of the most powerful expressions of what happens when you are consumed with the lust of greed. The pursuit of money often leads to feelings of alienation and isolation. And look, money instead of relationships. Ugh. I mean, look at this. This is a picture of Marxism. Marxist theory is where people become estranged from their own humanity. And that happens because of the commodification of their labor and their lives. Please take this as an opportunity to reflect on how your pursuit of money reflects your identity, your relationships, and your mental health. If you haven't subscribed already, that's one of the first things that will help us to be able to reach more people. Thank you for giving the video a thumbs up, for continuing to support us as we try to encourage and to help people with positive messages just like this one from Ren. If you haven't checked out our Patreon page, please do so. We've got exclusive content from your favorite artists available there. We also have links in the description for our merch store where you can get caps like the one that I'm wearing, t-shirts, hoodies, all sorts of different things. We've also got memberships to the channel here on YouTube, etc. All those details are in the description. I just wanted to mention that to you because I know that there are some people who don't read the descriptions. They see the video, they click on it, they watch it, and they're out. But I want to encourage you to consider being a part of what we're doing here in a deeper way so that we'll have an opportunity to make more of a difference and to not be in the middle. So thank you guys for that. I sincerely appreciate it.